Mother's business fails, mortgages daughter to loan sharks, but the girl develops feelings for Mark, a debt collector, and Mark grows to treat Ellie like his own daughter. Looking at her scarred face, Mark took her to the best cosmetic surgery hospital. Although the surgery was expensive, but he didn't hesitate to sell his car. Then he sent her to school. In no time at all, Ellie grew into a beautiful girl, and she scored perfect marks in every exam. She got into Seoul University. She thought that a happy life was waiting for her. But then one day, Mark received a mysterious phone call. The caller was Ellie's grandmother. She said that Ellie's mother was dying of cancer and wanted to see the girl. Without saying a word, Mark took her to her home. Ellie looked at her mother, who was sick in bed. All the grudges of the past had vanished. Mother and daughter hugged each other and cried. Then Ellie asked Mark to come in. Without saying a word, she fell to her knees. She thanked him for bringing her up. The mother wanted Mark to help her find Ellie's father so that they could be reunited. In the evening, Mark took Ellie to a fancy restaurant. The man waiting was her father. Seeing the two finally meet, Mark had no more worries. He turned away and left in silence. Little did Ellie know that Mark would be gone for 10 years. The girl stayed here alone that night. Ellie asked the police to look for Mark for 10 years, but they couldn't find him. Finally, one day, the police gave her the good news. According to the address provided by the police, Ellie arrived at a mental hospital. By the time she saw Mark didn't know her at all, because Mark had suffered a brain attack 10 years ago. The reason he left that year, so that Ellie wouldn't worry about herself. Looking at the devastated Mark, the girl cried and said she was Ellie. At the end of the story, Ellie brings Mark the shoes she is prepared to try on, but she found a bank book in his sock. Ellie picks it up and realizes that every penny in it, he had deposited for Ellie. At that moment, Ellie cried and called him dad. Although Mark may not have known who the girl in front of him was, but Ellie was with him for the rest of his life. Please cherish the people around you.